I'm Anna Whiteley and welcome to the latest edition of HSBC Golfing World. We've got another packed show for you, so here's just a little look at some of what's coming up this time. I try to keep up with the Speed Golf World Champion. We visit a modern Scottish classic that plays host to the European Tour each autumn. And the bagmen bite back in Caddy Flat. But first, three-time European Ryder Cup captain Bernard Gallagher.
Lovely drive, Anna, beautiful. Down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
Great.
Bernard, you've had such an impressive golf career. You will always be synonymous with the Ryder Cup. It's become one of the greatest sporting events in the calendar now. How much has it developed and changed since your playing days?
There was always a lot of pressure on the players and the captain and Ryder Cups, even back in the 70s and 80s when we were losing. But the players are playing for themselves, but they're playing for their countries and they're playing for their tour, they're playing for their families. Both sides are. And I mean, when you consider that every week they play for millions of pounds, sometimes $1 million, $2 million first prize. But in the Ryder Cup, they're playing for nothing. They're just playing for their country, they're playing for their passion. They don't want to lose. If you're a European player, you do not want to lose against the Americans. And the Americans showed at Hazeltine that they've got a passion for it, just as strong as ours now. And of course, that is sort of feeding the Ryder Cup.
You made your Ryder Cup rookie debut in '69, famously the same year as Jack Nicklaus's concession. What do you remember about that?
I'll tell you what I remember. I was sitting on the green. Tony Jacklin and Jack Nicklaus were really playing for the Ryder Cup. They were all square. Whoever wins this last match wins the Ryder Cup. Tony Jacklin had a putt actually to win the Ryder Cup, and he left it about 2 feet short. And Jack Nicklaus had a putt from about 5 feet for a 4. And he had to hold this, otherwise Tony would have had his 2-foot putt to win the Ryder Cup. And Jack took an inordinate amount of time over it, he always does, and knocked it straight in the middle, picked up Tony's ball at the same time from 2 feet on the last green, the last putt. And I thought at the time in 1969 that it was the greatest sporting gesture I'd ever seen. I mean, I was 20 years old and I thought, my, would I have done that? But Jack Nicklaus did it. And even today, sort of 40 years later, longer than 40 years later, I still think that was the finest sporting gesture. And, you know, I'm not too sure if anybody would do that today, but Jack does. But Jack Nicklaus is really a special person. He's not only a great player, he's a great person. Okay,
second shot. Tell us what we've got.
We've got 150 yards slightly downwind, pins in the middle of the green, so just need to think about getting over that bunker front right. So it's an 8 iron. Don't even look at it. I'm ignoring it. There's no bunker.
There's no bunker.
Okay. Oh, lovely shot.
Ooh.
That's coming in towards the flag. Beautiful shot.
On the
Perfect
green.
clubbing.
On the green. Come round.
Ah.
Oh.
It's okay, it's on the green.
Yeah. So looking at your captaincies, all kicking off in '91, could you have anticipated what was to happen at Kiawah Island with War on the Shore? I
knew the Americans were anxious to win the Ryder Cup back because they hadn't won the Ryder Cup since '83 by the time we got to Kiawah Island in '91. But on that first day, some of the players got out and they sort of wound their supporters up by wearing battle fatigue hats. And the crowd treated it like a war, and the crowd were cheering when we missed a putt and booing when we holed a putt, and it was getting out of hand. There were some rules breaches as well on the course. There was an issue with Seve and Olithabo against Paul Azinger and Chip Beck, when referees had to get called out. All this sort of stuff. And then Bernard Langer 3-putted the last match on the last green. He had a 6-foot putt to win the Ryder Cup for us, and he missed it. And the Americans immediately ran onto the green and started to, well, you know, over-celebrate, I would say.
'95, a very different story. You had some fine talent in your team, Seve, Faldo, Woozy, Langer. Even though we were on American soil again, you must have been quite quietly confident.
Yes, we had a strong team. The only problem was that Sevi's game had gone off by that time, and basically we were playing with 11 and Sevi. And but you know, we had strong players in depth, and they performed. And Sevi, even in his own way, inspired the team. You could see when Sevi ran onto the green when Nick Faldo held that puck to beat Curtis Strange, how passionate he was about the Ryder Cup, and he was crying, and Faldo was crying, and the wives were crying, and it meant so much to them. And that was a big moment. You know, we miss Sevi.
Yeah, yeah, the whole golfing
yeah,
world.
We do, yeah.
And your reaction on the 18th when the Ryder Cup was Europe's again was one of the greatest. Describe that moment and that Sunday.
Well, Philip Walton had 2 putts to win his match, beat Jay Haas and win us the Ryder Cup. And I was up on the green, and it was tough. You know, he had, I don't know, he had a 25-foot putt, and he putted it up, and it was getting closer. And I was standing up when I was walking, it was getting closer, and it ended up a couple of inches away. And I ran right across. And I wasn't sure if Jay Haas had given them the putt, but I walked straight across, and Jay Haas walked off and had given him it. And you know, I immediately tried to lift Philip Walton, but you know, he's quite a big guy, and so I failed in that attempt. But yeah, he was an unsung hero, Philip Walton, in that particular match. I know we talk about Sevi, we talk about Nick Faldo and Colin Montgomery, and we talk about Sam and Bernard Langer, Ian Woosnam and Mark James and all these players, but Philip Walton was actually the unsung hero. He had to be a very good player in Jay Haas for us to win the Ryder Cup, and he did. Okay,
well, I think we've both got some slightly Philip Walton-esque long putts here
yes,
for the win, may I add?
That's right, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here
coming
we go.
In, it's coming
Lovely.
In.
Yeah, we give those in the Ryder Cup. There you go.
Very kind.
But I've got this for the hole, have I?
Come on down. Oh, that's good. Oh, nice putt. Very nice.
You're making me putt that.
That's close enough for me, Bernard.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Honourable half.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us, sharing your Ryder Cup memories. Golfing legend Bernard Gallagher.
Anyone who's played golf knows it can be both enjoyable and exasperating in equal measure, even for the pros. Today, LPGA star Christy Kerr talks about her love of the game.
I love golf for a number of different reasons. It's really hard. You know, it's a hard sport to feel like you master. You know, even when you're on the top of your game, you never quite master it. It's something that I enjoy working at. I love to practice, and I love to feel like I'm always getting better. So it challenges you, and that's why I love golf. I first got into golf with my parents. My mom and dad belonged to a country club in Florida, in Miami, and I used to just tag along with them, and they got me a cut-down 7-iron, and I just picked it up one day. I think there are always times you fall out of love with the game, but you know, that's what love is. You love it one day, you hate it the next, but you love it, so you keep coming back to it. I mean, it's kind of a love-hate relationship, if you will. That's why they say golf's a 4-letter word. Yeah, there's always times when you get a little tired of the traveling and everything else, but you know, when you have that magical round, like I did in Hawaii this year where I shot 62, it just keeps you coming back for more.
And that's vintage Christy. The veteran comes from behind, from 5 back in the final round to win it by 3.
You know, a lot of people ask me, how did I know this was going to be my life? And I've always just said I felt like I was born to do it. You know, I still remember that one shot I hit past the 100-yard marker. It took me 10 buckets of balls to do it, but I remember that shot, and I got so excited, and that was really my first, wow, I did it moment in golf.
Golfing World were recently invited to Burr Hill Golf Club by Premier League footballer Asmir Begovic for a charity golf day with a difference. A chance to see how good footballers are on the course and support underprivileged kids from England and Asmir's native country, Bosnia.
The field's been great. Everyone's been willing to give up their time for us today, which has been incredible. Carlo Cudicini, Jamie Redknapp, John Terry, I think Matt Dawson's here, Phil Tufnell. So we've got a few of the boys here, which makes it even better today.
I think it's always important the players turn out, or ex-sportsmen. Got plenty here today from the likes of Paul Merson I'm playing with today, who's making it a very enjoyable day, as you can imagine. He's got every shot in the book, the hand wedged a lot. But no, had a really good day, and I think it's great what Asmir's doing. Brilliant charity, a lot of people turned up, people like John Terry, for instance, who could be on his holidays, he's come today, so a lot of fun, a lot of good golf, some bad, but it's been good fun so far.
Delighted to be part of it, and any chance to get around the golfing, I'm there. Quite a tricky course, greens are quite hard and stuff, but no, enjoying it, and it's not rained, which has been a good day.
It's been a great day and hopefully raised lots of money for the foundation.
It's a pleasure to be able to help other people. When you asked me if I could play today, I was very happy to do so and help his foundation.
It just works, doesn't it? You know, you can people coming out, putting a team, and if a celebrity or ex-sportsman gets involved, I think they always enjoy it. It's nice to meet different people from walks of life, so I always enjoy it. You strike gold sometimes because you play with some guys and you think, you know what, good fun, really good laugh. So it's been a good day so far.
I think golf is a great way to bring people together. It's a very popular sport here in the UK. Everyone wants to come play golf, have a good time. Especially once you have the bug, you can't stop playing golf. So it brings a lot of people together. It just makes for a great day all around.
After the 18 holes were complete, it was former England captain John Terry whose team took the spoils. For charity, of course, and that lefty swing looked pretty impressive. The day also consisted of an auction and prize giving, where even more money was raised. So, how did Asmir think it went?
Yeah, the day was amazing. It went really, really well, probably better than we could have hoped for, doing our first ever golf classic. So, very pleased with the turnout, everyone's support on the day. The weather held up, which was even fantastic. We raised awareness for what we do and obviously raised some funds in the end as well. So, really good day all around.
He wants to be right all the time. That's his worst habit. I was actually a little scared of him, I have to say. I got him wind up about his watch last time a little bit.
What winds Marcel up? Par fives, I would say.
I can't say that on camera. His favorite saying.
I know what it is. I'm back. We're back.
Can I have some water? Oh God.
I got my West in the bag. That's a German way of saying vest.
He wants to be right all the time. That's his worst habit. 98% of the time he is right. I would say a bull. He's strong and, you know, fighter. I would call him I would say a bull.
Probably a kangaroo. So I'll sit out of it and jumps around and yeah, kangaroo.
For some, golf can get a bad rap for being too slow, not that energetic, and not very big on athleticism. Well, the guy that we are meeting today cannot be accused of any of those things. Jamie Young is World Speed Golf Champion, which combines running and golf. So we're going to catch up with him and find out a little bit more. Jamie, thank you for letting us join you for some speed golf. I am fascinated by the concept of this, but before we find out more about the sport, tell us a bit about your background and how you got into this niche sport.
Yeah, well, I've always been a golfer. I played collegiate golf and have played, you know, amateur golf, competed a lot in tournaments and things like that. And then a number of years ago, I started running and doing triathlons, basically for fitness. Middle age, started gaining weight. And so I found that, you know, the combination of the two just hit both of my hot buttons. It was able to get a good run in, a good workout in, and play 18 holes. And so it was best of both worlds.
So try and explain it to us then. So it's the full 18 holes, but it's just running your way through it.
Exactly. The objective is to finish 18 holes as quickly as possible in the fewest strokes. And so the only difference, you putt with flags in, so you don't take the flags out, and everything is a lateral hazard. So if you lose your ball, you just take a one-stroke penalty and drop it and go from there. But pretty much everything else is the same. You're only allowed in competitions to use 7 clubs. Obviously, you want to use as few as possible to keep it light. I play with 5 or 6 most of the time.
And so generally the people who compete, they are professional athletes, more or less. I mean, you have to be.
It seems so far the sport has really attracted runners more than golfers. I'm very surprised that some of the professional golfers that talk about fitness being such a key thing these days haven't tried this sport. And it'd be very interesting to see what like a Rory McIlroy could do playing speed golf. I think he's in good enough shape that he could run, you know, the course, and then to see how he would do. Obviously they'd have to change up their routines,
yeah,
because you don't want to spend time practicing, taking practice swings, reading greens. But it'd be very interesting to see what a top golfing professional could shoot playing that fast.
I think we would all love to see that. I just saw you playing the first hole in speed golf style. It looks exhausting. How tired do you get after 18 holes?
Well, it is a testament to your overall physical fitness. So I may be running 7 to 8 minute mile pace. And so for me, that's exhausting. Some of the elite runners are running almost a 4 minute mile pace. Fortunately for me, they're taking more shots and maybe not hitting it as straight. So I make up, you know, in strokes what they beat me in time.
What is your record? What are the records for this?
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting when people talk about a record, because every course is a little bit different. Our course here that we're playing today is about 5.5 miles around. The course that I played in Australia was about 4.3 miles around. And so, in fact, I played with the gentleman that won in Australia was the world record holder. And in that event, I shot 72 in 43 minutes. He shot 81 in 33 minutes.
Sorry, he ran 18 holes in 33 minutes. That
yes.
is amazing.
And so his speed golf score was 114.
Right.
And typically anything under 120 is like, you know, elite status.
And what would you say to your average amateur golfer who probably isn't in the finest athletic shape, likes a beer on the way around, likes to take his time over the ball? Where is the fun in this? Why would they be interested maybe in taking this up?
Well, obviously for many, they play golf just to get away from the office, the family, whatever, be with the guys or the gals and have a few beers. And so the speed part of the game, the fitness side of it may not be of any interest to them. But playing faster, I think, is something that the game really needs. Over the years, it's just gone slower and slower, and it's been a detriment to the growth of the game, because people realize if it's going to take them 5 hours to play 18 holes, it's just today's lifestyle is so much more going on. They don't sacrifice that.
I think you're absolutely right. The whole of the world of golf would like to see the game speed up, and this is one way of doing it. So I'm very excited to get out there and give it a go myself. Any tips?
Any tips? Play faster. I think with golf, it's, you know, once you've played for a while, it's like getting on a bike. When you get on a bike, you're not thinking about where you put your hands or your feet. And the same with golf. If you can get your mind out of the way and have no swing thoughts, in fact, basically get behind the ball, take one look at your target and go, I think that for many people would help improve their game.
Okay, less swing thoughts and go to the gym a bit more. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.
So my record on this hole is under 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes. Okay, I'm nervous.
I think you could, 5 minutes would be a good goal.
Okay, you're timing me, aren't you?
I'm timing you.
Oh, right, okay.
Ready, set, go.
Okay, right. Quick driver, don't even think, oh God. No swing thoughts, straight into it, and... Oh, okay, I mean, I'm never gonna find that, Jamie, but let's just go.
All right, we're off.
And... Oh, no, I've sliced it. This is knackering, Jamie. Right, okay. Just a easy little 9-iron. Okay. Yeah, okay, right, on we go. This is when it all counts. Okay. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Stop!
All right, nice. 3:51.
Yes, under 4 minutes. Happy with that. Jamie, that was genuinely so much fun. I had no idea what to expect, but playing under that kind of pressure and not thinking about it too much, I can totally see the appeal. So thank you for introducing speed golf to me. Where are you off to next?
my next event's going to be out in California in July. Southern California Speed Golf has a 18-hole event, and there's supposed to be a pretty strong field there, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, best of luck. Thank you so much. World Speed Golf Champion Jamie Young.
Now for the latest in our series, in which top players tell us about the best shot or shots they feel they've hit in their career. Today, Hannah Zhang picks 2 moments from her breakthrough year on the LPGA Tour. The first comes from the 2016 HSBC Women's Champions.
Remember the last year, like Sunday, in hole number 18 on my second shot? 220 yards to pin, and I hit 3 wood. It's like inside like 5 feet. It's so awesome, great shot.
Fortune favours the brave.
And then this year in Australia, my putt in the hole number 17. I remember hole number 17 is a par 5, very short of the hole. The 8 iron, 158 yards front, it's a little downwind, and then on the green, it's a 10 yard putt. It's a little right to left and a little going down, and just try like, okay, think about the speed, just speed. You 2 putts great, so, and then hitting solid, impact feels definitely inside the hole, and then watching my ball, oh my God, go inside hole, go inside hole. Looks like 3 yards fit in the short of the hole, definitely inside hole.
Oh, what a putt! The Zhang gang going berserk on 17 at Royal Adelaide.
It's so fun, yeah.
Early morning on the east coast of Scotland. Just a few miles south of St Andrews, this is the heartland of the game. It's a course that could have been here for hundreds of years. And yet Kingsbarns only opened at the turn of the new millennium. Since then, it's quickly established itself as one of the great links courses.
Kingsbarns is a pay-and-play golf course. There's no members here. So we want to have it as enjoyable as possible for the players, and that's the thing, it's a playable golf course. It's wide fairways, giving you options. It's got heavily undulated greens, and if you get in the right position in the fairways, the greens open up for you. Also, some of the characteristics are the sea views. There's a sea view from every hole.
The proximity to the water, the possibility to hit some golf shots where you just can't help but look behind the green or to the right hand side of the green, heading over the coastline. So it gives off such a great vibe that people generally play well here at Kingsbarns, just because the package, the atmosphere's there. It's a playable golf course. It doesn't beat you up. It does when the wind's there, but it's meant to be a fun golf course for amateurs, which is quite interesting. The course was built not for the professionals. It was built for the amateur golfer to enjoy themselves. But fortunately, when the professionals come to town, they enjoy the golf course as well. So that makes us really happy.
Kingsbarns is among 3 courses used for the European Tour's Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, along with the old course at St Andrews and Carnoustie. Being included in such exalted company has certainly helped establish the reputation of the course.
Over the years, I think the tournament per se it's grown and grown to being one of the first fixtures on everybody's calendar, whether it be professionals or amateurs. It's just such a fun event to be a part of, and a massive part, I think, now of the European Tour. All the big guns from the business world or the celebrity sport world walking along the fairways with Europe or the world's top professionals. I mean, where else do you get a chance to do that?
Kingsbarns has proved up to the challenge of hosting the championship and takes pride in its condition all year round.
We'd like to say that our course is tournament ready every day. That's one of our mantras, because the course doesn't change for the tournament. We don't grow the fairways in or let the roughs grow higher or make the greens faster. The professionals are playing our day-to-day golf course.
There are 23 staff working on the course, 7 of them in the so-called divotology department alone, making sure the divots are properly repaired each day. No surprise then that the course looks so good.
There's a lot of scenic holes, and we like the look from the 6th hole. You come down in the lower ball and it just opens up into quite a big natural kind of amphitheatre effect down there. The 15th tee, it's par 3, 220 from the back sticks, and you know, it's a fantastic view over the water when the tide's in, and this is the hole we're at just now. If you think your way around the golf course and you take a caddy or you have a good look at your course guide, you can knock a few shots off.
The course has come a long way in a short period of time, and this summer it hosted its first major.
We are so fortunate, proud, humbled by the choice to allow us to host the Rico Women's British Open. Having the best women golfers in coming to Kingsbarns, now we can play a little bit with the pin positions, play a little bit with the tee boxes, and maybe show Kingsbarns in a light that hasn't been shown before because of the Pro-Am format of the Dunhill. So for us, I think that the next level of test for our golf course and facility. We're looking forward to it, excited.
Amateurs and professionals all sing the praises of Kingsbarns, a true golfing gem on the famous coastline of Fife.
That's it for this edition of HSBC Golfing World, but do look out for us next time you fly. In the meantime, you can stay in touch with us via social media and catch more videos online. But for now, it's goodbye from me, Anna Whiteley, and enjoy your flight.